We regulate medicines. Well, now medical products, of course, we're changing to all medical products. And we have had a fairly well regulated sector. And the citizens all know where to get their medicines from. The issue of informal markets is something that we have also seen on BBC television. Mm-hmm. But however, between 2004 and 2008, Zimbabwe went through a very difficult economic period where we had hyperinflation. And then we started seeing the growth and the development of this informal sector. I had one picture, but I don't know whether you didn't get my email, no? No, to you. But anyway, I guess it doesn't matter.
But you can paint us a picture
so
with words.
I had this one picture of a picture that was taken by the inspectors when they went to on a blitz with the police to look through these informal markets. And the informal markets are in markets where you sell other goods as well, but also in hair salons and very strange places. And the products that we see there are illicit products for their skin preparations, their corticosteroid skin preparations, their complementary medicines, their enhancement, sex enhancement products, etc. That is what we see in the overt informal market. But that doesn't mean that we don't have another informal market, which unfortunately seems to be creeping into the formal market. And again, that's because of the current cycle of economic decline that the country is facing. The normal distribution channels for medicines don't seem to be there anymore. They are struggling to get foreign currency in order to import. So what then happens is that you have these entrepreneurs, right, who then go across the border and purchase these medicines. The thing is, they sometimes do purchase the registered medicines from across the border. Oh, yeah. So this is the face of the informal market that we see in Zimbabwe. The one that you don't see is the one where products are sold to legitimate outlets, to pharmacies, to medical practitioners, and by these runners that go across the border and pick up sometimes registered but mostly unregistered medicines. And the distributors find themselves in a very difficult position because if the normal distribution chain is no longer working, they have patients that they need to supply. So you find that then they resort to using these informal channels.
A quick question on that. Are these two types of informal markets connected, or do you think of them as separate?
They're basically separate in the sense, well, I guess it's the same type of person that might do it, but they are not really connected. These ones, the ones that you see in the picture here, is everybody just chancing it. And as I say, because it's mainly skin lightening products, it's mainly topical preparations and other complementary medicines. They are different from the runners who actually go to the pharmacies and ask what it is that people need.
And so how does an agency that's responsible for protecting the supply of medicines go about addressing these two types of informal markets?
Yeah, it's very difficult. So this one, the public face of the informal market is easier in the sense that we work with the law enforcement officers because we cannot really, we're not empowered to arrest individuals that are selling these products. So we have to work with law enforcement in order to deal with this. The other informal market, unfortunately, we have to deal with it through the pharmacies themselves because we have an enforcement team that goes and does regular enforcement inspections, and we pick up quite a lot of these unregistered products in that sphere. the challenge that we also face is that as you are inside the pharmacy, there are other what we call street vendors. And so the pharmacist will say, but why are you harassing me who has a license? And yet look outside, just look at the car park there. You see what that guy is doing? They have backpacks and they're selling illicitly. But they sell illicitly under the radar because they know that it is illegal for them to be able to do that.
Great.
Yeah, but it is a serious challenge, and it is brought about, in my view, by the state of the economy, what it is right now.
Thank you. I think I'll next turn to Delia Grace to give an overview of your perspective.